city got piss hurt, he got 3, that other 3.
Venturi shoots, he scores!
City on fire soon as he got
Winston shoots, he scores!
act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall and shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the back down. I'm on
The back door, score!
Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling,
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
I'm a hot girl.
Lorca, who shoots and scores!
Dope boys yelling,
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
front the back gate yelling.
going with charm. That is correct. Final question, Amy. Question 10. When was the first AHL All-Star game held? 1936, 1942, 1959, or 1997? They say 36. You're trusting those kids. Darn, so close. 1942. Amy, this has been fun. Thank you for helping me kick off the All-Star Classic. We're excited for the All-Stars. How a big high five.
I wonder.
Spaces we maintain, work, and compete within stand upon the traditional homelands of the Ho-Chunk, Sauk, Meskwaki, and Potawatomi nations. We are continuously reminded of the original people of this land. From the Rock River to the many sacred sites that surround us, it is with respect that we endeavor to work toward building relationships with the original stewards of this land and honoring the lives and work of the Native American people who were of this place, past, present, and future.
Hockey fans, welcome to the Beto Center in Rockford in the 2026 All-Star Skills Competition. Tonight, some of the best players in the American Hockey League and future NHL stars will compete in our skills competition. Who has the most accurate shot? Who's the fastest skater? Who has the hardest shot in the league? We'll find out tonight as the Eastern Conference battles the Western Conference. Let's introduce tonight's Blue Line Buddies team. It's youth hockey players from Rockford, Janesville, Beloit, and Henry hockey teams. Now let's sit it down to ice level and welcome our MC, Matt Hall, with special guest, Annie Hall.
Welcome to the AHL All-Star size, having 23 points in 23 games, pretty phenomenal. So obviously there's a ton of support.
Well, everyone has their favorite event in the skills competition tonight. Take your pick. There's 7 to choose from. It'll start with the puck control relay. It'll end with the breakaway relay. There's plenty to watch out for in between as well. And you want to talk about a thankless job? How about being one of the 8 goaltenders here this week? But don't worry, there's an award for them as well. Here's how it works. The CCM Top Goaltender Award. The fewest total opponent goals in the 3 events between the rapid fire, pass and score, and the breakaway relay. We talked about some great players. How about Michael DiPietro?
Well, that's, obviously the season that those guys are having in Providence right now, and he's a big part of that. And, all these goaltenders, that's the backbone of the team. And when they get sent up, that's so different than Sebastian Passa and Greg Rapids. So exciting time for these guys. I wouldn't want to have them with this skill level over here.
I wouldn't either. Well, the third member of our broadcast team is the voice of the Rockford Ice Hogs, Dana Gray, giving us the on-ice perspective.
I see a lot of important Hawks here tonight. Excited to get to showcase some of the personalities from the guys out here on the ice. I'm hoping that my intramural skating skills don't fail me, and I embarrass myself in a bunch of pro athletes, but looking forward to what we've got coming here this week.
Yeah, please don't do that. No doubt we are in Blackhawks country here in Rockford. Here come your American Hockey League All-Stars! Your BMO Blackhawks have a MasterCard tapping into the game. To get one, you just need a BMO checking account. Speaking of checking.
Can't believe there's a whistle.
Really? That's what you can't believe? Let's meet the American Hockey League All-Stars, presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford. First, from the Eastern Conference, from the Belleville Senators, forward Arthur Kelliev. From the Bridgeport Islanders, defenseman Cole McWard. From the Charlotte Checkers, forward Jack Devine. From the Charlotte Checkers, forward Ben Steves. From the Cleveland Monsters, forward Luca Del Bellus. From the Hartford Wolfpack, forward Brendan Brisson. From the Hershey Bears, forward Ilya Protas. From the Laval Rocket, forward Laurent Dauphin. From the Laval Rocket, defenseman Adam Ekstrom. From the Laval Rocket, goaltender Jacob Fowler. From the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, defenseman Christian Carew. From the captain of the 2026 Eastern Conference All-Stars, from the Providence Bruins, forward Patrick Brown. From the Providence Bruins, defenseman Frederick Brunet. From the Providence Bruins, goaltender Michael DiPietro. From the Rochester Americans, forward Consta Jimenez. From the Rochester Americans, defenseman Zach Jones. From the Rochester Americans, forward Isaac Roxanne. From the Springfield Thunderbirds, forward Matt Luff. From the Syracuse Crunch, forward Connor Geeky. From the Syracuse Crunch, forward Jacob Coutier. From the Toronto Marlies, goaltender Artur Artyomov. From the Utica Comets, forward Brian Hallinan. From the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, forward Tristan Rose. From the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, defenseman Sergei Borshak. The coaches season to the NHL. And with an extra level the Chicago Blackhawks standing coaching action team in 2010, 2014, and 2015. Please welcome the honorary captain of the Eastern Conference All-Star team, Patrick Sharp. Now, let's meet the Western Conference All-Stars. From the Abbotsford Canucks, forward Ben Berard. From the Bakersfield Condors, forward Quinn Hudson. From the Calgary Wranglers, forward Matvey Grunin. From the Chicago Wolves, defenseman Dominic Fensori. From the Chicago Wolves, forward Bradley Mendo. From the Chicago Wolves, forward Justin Rubia. From the Coachella Valley Firebirds, forward Shander Burgess. From the Coachella Valley Firebirds, defenseman Tyson Chukda. The captain of the 2026 Western Conference All-Stars, from the Colorado Eagles, forward Jason Mecca. From the Colorado Eagles, goaltender Isaac Bosch. From the Grand Rapids Griffins, goaltender Sebastian Costa. From the Grand Rapids Griffins, forward Dominic Shine. From the Henderson Silver Knights, forward Tanner Lisinski. From the Iowa Wild, forward the San Diego Gulls, goaltender, Kelly Clay. From the San Diego Gulls, forward, Tim Washi. From the San Jose Barracuda, forward, Cam Lund. From the Texas Stars, forward, Cameron Hughes. From the Tucson Roadrunners, defenseman, Dmitry Sushev. The coaches for the Western Conference All-Stars, from the Grand Rapids Griffins, Dan Watson. From the Colorado Eagles, Mark Letestu. Joining the AHL All-Star coaches, please welcome from the AHL Coaches Association, Assistant Athletic Trainer, Patrick Chun. Head Equipment Manager, Tyler Carpenter. Assistant Equipment Manager, Jake Fletcher. A former captain of the Rockford Ice Hawks. This man skated 125 games in the American Hockey League before graduating to the NHL, where he was named to the All-Rookie team in 2009 and won 2 Stanley Cup titles with the Blackhawks. Please welcome back to Rockford, the honorary captain of the Western Conference All-Star team, Chris Bernstein. Here to perform O Canada, please welcome Matt Holstein.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Now please stay standing as we honor America and the men and women who are serving our country here at home and overseas with the singing of the United States National Anthem. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome legendary Chicago Anthem singer and great Chicago Bulls Anthem singer, Wayne Esper.
Oh, sing and you see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the Hockey Admirals, they will test Toronto Marlies goaltender Arthur Aktiyamov. Aktiyamov getting ready to 8 points start the contest. Upco fired up puck early. Hold on a second. Now off officially. Upco pulling off the post. Aktiyamov makes a couple of saves. Back and forth he goes over off the post for Cini. Guys making it relatively easy on Aktiyamov. He was impressive there nonetheless. 24-year-old in the Toronto organization. Dan's down there with Michael DiPietro. Well, Mike. Typically, this event is target practice, and we have seen that at points already. Sergei Marshall back in net for the Penguins. And Lisinski, Kevin Korchinski, MVP of last year's All-Star Classic. SD Marshall, who goes back and forth, stays up on his skates the entire way, running alongside. And he'll lean over and catch that one with his stick against Korchinski at the board.
I think that's three there, so, obviously have a lot of fun with it. These guys are already having fun and enjoy it.
The event has in store that's Ilya Protas of the Hershey Bears. There's the same number 40 that his brother Alexei Protas did with Hershey. Now Alexei with the Washington Capitals. Snipes a couple in the top corners. Ilya Protas taking a little bit off. He'll get that bottom right corner. That finish up his attempt.
It's a guy that I'm going to watch a ton, obviously, and Hershey. A lot of fun to watch, and there's an extremely bright future for this kid. To play a long time in the NHL.
There's a time limit here to this event as well, 18 seconds, so you can't take all the time in the world trying to set up for any targets that you may still have. Andre Lee of the Ontario Reign is back out there, and he'll give his attempt. Andre Lee, 25-year-old, grew up in Sweden, frequented the United States as a kid, including Los Angeles, where he's played. He'll get those bottom two, and out the top tries. Top left is no problem. Top right is no problem. Andre Lee wows the crowd there. Still have just over 6 seconds left on the clock. An excellent shot. Nick Lardis, the Rockford Ice Sox, the Chicago Blackhawks, the final shooter of the accuracy shooting event. Just 20 years of age is Nick Lardis, made his NHL debut with the Hawks back in December. And the bottom left one is done for. Bottom right has a big hole in it. Nick Lardis is 3 for 3. And shots went low.
Great place to be and learn how to be a pro. Just learn the habits, lifestyle, game, schedule. I thought Charlotte was a great place to live and play, so I got nothing but good things to say about the league and the organization I came from.
They've got a great collection of guys there. I feel like up and down the roster in most places that, really good players to play with, but also guys that have kind of been there and doing a few things. And I was super lucky in Charlotte to have a great group of guys, and we ended up winning my rookie year. But, Patrick Brown, he's in Providence now, but he was my captain my first year, and kind of just showed me how to be a pro and, how to take care of yourself. It's a long season, and, you can still have fun, and it's a lot more fun when you're winning, but it just allows you to, I think, develop more of a pro-style game. And I definitely wouldn't have become the player that I am now without time in the AHL.
Well, fans, if you want to win an AHL All-Star Classic VIP gift, here's Arthur Aktiyamov of the Toronto Marlies. Grew up wanting to be a goaltender because he loved the equipment. And he's had an incredible season for Toronto. You can get points for that shot from Amber Hughes.
That's a great job there by Hughes too. He's able to get that over.
Amber Hughes of the Texas Stars. And they grit of Calgary. Tanner Lizards get ours. And 2 for 2 of these guys against Monticello.
And we go 3 for 3.
So that's supposed to be about the goalies. Those openings, he leads the AHL here at their All-Star break. In scoring, made no mistake about that shot. Sergei Marshall in net. For the Penguins, Hunter Hayne brings it in, left it for Jugnaut, now back to him. The side of the net, and it's buried by Hayne. Hunter Hayne back in, Jugnaut drops it off, here's Megna, and that's just not even fair.
Especially when you're able to keep that nice and clean on that last flat. That's one of the biggest things, a little bit of crisscross.
A delay sends it across. There's a stop right against the goal line for Marchand on Jugnaut.
Obviously, the goaltender, last year, but
puck movement for those skaters, but Peltier here at the end, lining this one up, putting it off the glove of Sebastian Kosa. Kevin Korchinski of the Rockford Ice Hawks is back out there. He's good back for Condors. Dominic Vinsori of the Chicago Wolves, they'll all go after Michael DiPietro, who went a perfect 5 for 5 in the breakaway event. And he stuffs that one.
yeah, he moves so quickly there. He was able to seal that all the way across. But great job by him catching.
Korchinski across, Hudson right on, a strong save. DiPietro also back at his second consecutive All-Star Classic in that. Here's Quinn Hudson off the glove of DiPietro, and it stays out as Hudson got it too tight. And Eastern Conference leads 13-9 overall at this point. Yeah, the score is about to get significantly higher, I think. 4 groups with 5 shooters and 4 goalies per team. Each group has 50 seconds to take 5 shots. Each save counts towards the top goaltender award of the night as well. So first in net, Callie Clay of the San Diego Gulls, and you see there the 5 shooters that he'll face, including Ilya Ponis, the youngest player here this week in the Hershey Bears. First up, though, is Christian Kyrou, and on goal, and he snuck it in.
This is a fun event to watch here. You'll see the creativity here. That some of these players have, obviously the skill level as well.
Adam Engstrom and diving out, getting a piece of it with the pads is Clang. Ilya Ponis in on goal, and a backhand, trying to sneak it by Paul, and Clang slammed the door shut. Made 2 saves, 0 on 3 shots so far. Brian Hallinan next up. So Cole McWard, Birchbold Islanders, in on Clay, delays, flipped it outside, Clay got it done, and so Callie Clay stops 4 of the 5 attempts.
Yeah, this is, I've talked about fun events to watch here. I touched on it a little bit, but you'll see the creativity these guys have, the skill level these guys have. It's a lot of fun. Every year you come into camp and you see, how much more skilled these guys have gotten. It's unbelievable.
Callie Clang all smiles as he heads back to the bench, deservedly so. And up next, Artur Akhtiamov of the Toronto Marlies, 24-year-old Russian. Simashev in on it, first point, fires and scores! Snapshot of the hash marks.
Yeah, you see the full-on skill, that's awesome.
works that one into the glove. Yeah, Dana talked about it. We saw it in a penalty shot not long ago. I thought they might see it again. Just inside, caught the post, and in low. Bradley Nadeau, the Chicago Wolves, in on Akiyama. Wrister kicked aside. That's a good try, setting up, I think, 5-0 from that angle. That's a tough play. Jagger Perkins, final shooter here. Not only can he go 4 for 4 on the target, too, he throws one up top. It's certainly much fun to watch the creativity and who does what. Not only on the shooters, but the goalies as well. We saw Callie Clank try. Maybe the highlight of the entire night from Gerard of the Abbotsford Canucks. He's downstairs with Dana Gray. Dana? Yeah, you saw me coming over here. Sorry, when you score goals like that, we got to hear about it. Can you walk me through what we all just saw down there? Pretty useless skill to pull out, but it's fun. At what point going down the ring do you know that that's the goal that you're going to try? What are you reading for the goaltender? Not much reading on that. Appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, Dana. Garrett, that's one if you try in a regular season game and you miss. You're getting to start talking to and you maybe sit down a couple of games.
Yeah, but if you score, you get on the highlights. It's, trust me, one that I can never pull off in that section.
Michael DiPietro back in net for the Bruins. And Quinn Hudson in on goal. Couldn't make it happen. Cameron Hughes, the Texas Stars. Second year with Texas, wears an A on his sweater. Fires this one into the body of DiPietro. Here's Matt Bay Grinning. Top Calgary Flames prospect. Romadon of the Chicago Wolves delays. Fires it off the post and out. Still 13 seconds left for the final shooter. That's Andre Lee. Andre Lee in on goal. The backhand, he delayed. And DiPietro got across.
Yeah, he's trying to just wait him out. And, Michael DiPietro just sit there, wait. Really stretch out, lay down.
Are you kidding me? Matt Bay good. How about that?
I'd be tripping myself up there. That's unbelievable.
And I know these folks here in Rockford are rooting for the Western Conference. Remember when it was a bit of a blowout? Garrett, we got a 16-15 score right now.
Yeah, which is awesome. Obviously, the Western Conference not making this. Right now, it's an opportunity for them to just take over.
Skills competition is never over until it's over. Isak Rosen in on goal, and he's denied by Kosa. Sebastian Kosa, the 23-year-old, has spent time with the Detroit Red Wings. Renee can't get it to go, and here's Luca Del Valbaluz. He can't quite connect.
That's one too where you look at it, 6'6" goaltender that everybody's wants to look at. It's not even fair.
Where's the opening? There it is. Matt Love with a strong wrister. Found what little daylight there is on Sebastian Kosa. Here's Connor Geekie wasting no time and he'll slip in.
That's a tough goal to score, especially coming in there. But able to slip up in through 5 goal. It's obviously set of hands on him. It's awesome.
Connor Geekie, brother of Rudy Geekie of the Boston Bruins, who's having an incredible season in the National Hockey League. Here's the deal. 3 ties it, 4 wins it for the Western Conference.
You're saying there's a chance.
There's absolutely a chance. 3 goals ties it, 4 goals wins it. First up, Tanner Linsinski on Akiyama. The backhander pushed away. Akiyama holding on for the Eastern Conference to start. Here's Jason Megna. Megna quickly in. He's denied. And the best the West can do now is tie. Still a couple of shots left. As Kevin Korchinski wheels in. Korchinski back in front. He's denied. Can Akiyama finish out your final?
Final shooter, Nick Lundis of the Ice Hawks. Lundis misses the net. And the winner of the 2026 AHL All-Star Skills Competition is the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, what an event. Obviously, it's an unbelievable city, it's an unbelievable hockey town, and just a thankful to the fans coming out and enjoying this, and being able to watch some of the best players in the league go head to head.
Always so much fun. We've got a few. President and CEO Scott Housen to present the awards to the individual and team winners of tonight's AHL All-Star Skills Competition, presented by Vivo. To help present the awards, please also welcome Amy Potter, Director of North American Sponsorship from Vivo. And to help present the first three awards, please welcome Mark Barabo, Pro Sales Representative for CCM Hockey. The winner of the CCM Fastest Skater event with a time of 13.77 seconds is Konsta Helenius from the Rochester Americans. The winner of the CCM Hardest Shot Competition with a blast of 104 miles per hour is Arthur Kaliev from the Belleville Senators. The winner of the CCM Top Goaltender Competition with 16 saves in 3 combined events is Kelly Clay from the San Diego Gulls. To help present the next award, please welcome Steve Pletkow, Director of Marketing, and Andres Murillo, Marketing Manager, both from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. The winner of the Hard Rock Casino Rockford Accuracy Shooting Event with 4 targets hit in 4 attempts is Jagger Perkins from Coachella Valley Firebirds. The 2026 AHL All-Star Skills Competition presented by Vivo Team Award is presented to Captain Patrick Brown as the Eastern Conference defeated the Western Conference by a score of 18-15. Coming up next, we'll chat with Scott Housen, the CEO and President of the American Hockey League. Hockey fans, don't forget, after tonight's event concludes, we're moving the party to Hard Rock Casino Rockford. That's on East State Street next to Interstate 90. Dance to live music video of the All-Stars and NHL alumni, and food and drink will be available for purchase, all for $10. Scan the QR code now to get your ticket to all the post-event fun or purchase tickets at the door.